the Abraham Accords, which have been this incredible coming together of Israel with some of the Gulf states, may be imperiled by Netanyahu's seeming recklessness in the Middle East, what they regard as Netanyahu's recklessness.
Okay, so sorry to break it to you, but it's quite the opposite is the case. Yesterday it was revealed that the Syrian National Security Advisor is holding direct talks with the Israeli National Security Advisor in Abu Dhabi, that both Syria and Lebanon may join the Abraham Accords even before Saudi Arabia. And from Israel's point of view, this is very important because Syria and Lebanon border Israel to the north. Israel has four countries that border it. It already has peace agreements with Egypt and Jordan. Obviously, there's the Palestinian question, which I'll just leave aside for a moment. But the Syria-Lebanon will be a major step in bringing peace to the region. And also, even Qatar, which is the closest one to closest country to Iran, the Qataris play everybody. They own Paris Saint-Germain, they host the Olympics, they invest in New York, they give $400 million luxury flying palatial jets to Donald Trump for use by the Trump Presidential Library after he's no longer in office. But I think the Qataris, as I mentioned before about this phrase, the strong horse, the strong horse is Israel and America, and I suspect they'll distance themselves from Iran. Now, we know that the Arab states were happy that Israel did this because they assisted in small ways. For example, Syria cleared its airspace. Remember, officially, Syria is at a state of war with Israel. It cleared its airspace to allow Israeli jets to fly through it. Likewise, Saudi also was involved in certain things. They also helped logistically shoot down some of the drones that the Iranian regime was sending at Israel during this 12-day war. So there was some low-level cooperation. Now, why aren't they more public about it? Because, they have internal issues from Islamists, from people that are, more pro-Palestinian or even pro-Hamas and so on. And most of these countries are not ready to be too public about working with Israel. But in fact, the Abraham Accords have never looked healthier. And I'm sure everyone knows what these are, but I just want to remind people, why Abraham? Because the idea was that you have the three monotheistic religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, as a kind of commonality of having Abraham as a kind of father figure. And the idea was to find the commonality between these groups rather than the differences. And I should also point out the Abraham Accords, particularly with the Morocco and the UAE that Trump and Netanyahu in 2020, have been incredibly successful, more than Israel's peace treaties with Egypt and Jordan. For example, during this entire war in Gaza since October 7th, Morocco and the UAE have increased ties culturally, economically, diplomatically with Israel, whereas the move in Europe is basically to boycott and distance themselves from Israel.